So I guess I'll jump in then. I guess first of all, I just want to know, how have you been doing with COVID-19 with the business? Has everything been going smoothly? How have you been dealing with it?
It's so nice of you to ask. I mean, I think we're very lucky that um, we tuned into the reality of women, their busy lives, and what they need with bras before many women did themselves, because the underwire has been a tyrant for uh, almost 100 years. And now there's lots of women who wear underwire bras and love them. But there's often trade-offs with bras. And I think we're in a moment right now where comfort is queen. And that means we're looking for products that we can be comfortable all day long, because our lives are getting so fluid and flexible. It's not like you put on the uniform, go to the office, take your lunch break, finish your day and come home. It's not like that anymore. It's our lives are all blending together. And so in this moment, we're very grateful that women are prioritizing comfort bras. And I think our comfort bras are unique because we've got that patented EB core. That's our patented sling technology that gives you the lift and separation that you might see with a traditional underwire bra, but it gives it to you in this wildly comfortable, all day, pain-free design. And so we've been doing great with women paying attention to comfort bras. Lots of strong sales. That's good. That said, it's been a totally new work environment, right? But I'm so proud of our little team. We have a small team. There's 8 of us, and everybody has just shown up with so much energy and perseverance and resilience. And, everybody's had hard moments. There have been times where we've had tears on our team meeting Zooms, but everybody has found a way to make it work. And I think in many ways, our team is even more productive because, and I think that the work-life balance for our team is actually improved, because now you can take 20 minutes and pop in the kitchen and make yourself a healthy smoothie, or you can finish your work around noon and go for a walk. There's more fluidity, lives are more integrated. But I think, at least for our team, we've been able to do it in such a way that we're thriving, despite the challenges. And I think like we did that with great intention. We said, okay, this is going to change everything. So let's really make sure that we're looking after our people. And we did that. Like, this month we're giving everybody Fridays off because we know that winter is coming and people are going to be losing some daylight and losing that warm weather. And so we said, go take some time, get that fresh air. But yeah, we're doing okay. We're lucky that with an online business, we've been able to continue selling. So we definitely saw some, in the very beginning, nobody wanted to spend money on anything because no one knew what was going to happen.
Excellent. Yeah, that sounds like you're handling it very well considering the situation.
I give all the credit to the team. We just have this brilliant, everyone on this team, the best way I have to describe it is has a fire in their belly and a light in their eyes. It's really cool. And it's really wonderful to see how this group of women, because we're an all women team, and everybody has been so supportive of each other. And so sometimes these hard moments bring out the best in people. Sometimes not.
So what motivated you to sort of start Evelyn and Bobbie in the first place?
Daily discomfort. And, I've always been a kind of a bold, fierce personality ever since I was little. Sometimes I think it's a redhead thing, but, it's like I have never been afraid of a fight. And I was a young woman. I've always been a super hard worker and very ambitious, probably to a fault. Like now I'm about to have my 40th birthday and I'm starting to think about work-life balance, and it's so easy to work your life away. But I worked really, really hard. I grew up in a really tiny town and was the first person in my family to go to college. And then I worked even harder to get through Stanford Business School and was working in finance. And I was at that time like a 28-year-old junior partner basically at this firm. And I, as a naturally curvy woman, I'm more like a 34G now, but I was like a 34 triple D at the time, double D, triple D, depending on my weight, which fluctuates like so many women. And I was uncomfortable. I didn't have a choice. At that time, there were no comfort bras that you could wear out of the house. They just didn't exist, not in my size, something that could give me modesty, reduce the jiggle, that could leave you looking professional. And whether we like it or not, the world is not in a place where a woman with a 34 triple D can go to a business meeting without a bra. That's not the world we live in. And so I needed something that would really support me, but that would also leave me looking polished and professional, because I was in a male-dominated industry. And as a young woman, I would walk into a meeting sometimes where I was there to evaluate the investment criteria, and they'd say, "Oh, I'll take my coffee black," and it was fine. I would say, "Great, let me get you that coffee, and now let me hear about your business," But I realized that I needed to carry myself with poise and authority. And so I started working on my core. And what I noticed was the more I stood up straight, the more pressure and pain that I had. And, I probably wasn't going to an amazing bra store like Brio. I wasn't going and getting a proper fitting. I was just wearing whatever I could find. And I was definitely guilty of being that person who had a 6-year-old bra in her drawer. But what I found was that there were a lot of details about bras that made them unlivable for me. Like I had a bra that I spent $200 on. I did go to a bra boutique. It was absolutely gorgeous, black lace, beautiful, gorgeous shape, looked incredible under clothes, but there were 2 little stitches on this side and 2 little stitches on this side that would rub me raw after, with that shifting and squeaking around. And so, and then I kind of looked at it also as a women's issue. Most men I know, when they're looking for underwear, they say, "Does it work? Is it comfortable? Have I not thought about it all day? Great." But the messages I was getting were, "You should have a matching set. You never want to not have," and listen, a lot of my best friends wear matching sets every day because it makes but that wasn't my thing. What I wanted was to put on something comfortable, not think about it for the rest of the day, and go be a boss. I wanted to go do something in the world without being unencumbered. I wanted to go do something in the world unencumbered from having the fact that I had boobs. And then I started thinking more about it, and I started conceptualizing this idea of the EB core. I started having these ideas, and I had studied a little bit at Stanford Design School while I was at Stanford, and was very focused on design thinking, which is a particular way of iterative empathic design. And so I'd been reading and studying a lot about iterative empathic design. So I actually, before I started the company, I did a fully detailed, like a full-on study. So I studied qualitative methodology, and I know how to do focus groups and set up qualitative studies to get those deep user insights. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I just hate bras, and every other woman in the world is marching into Victoria's Secret and marching out triumphant and loves it, but that wasn't the case. And when I did a study, I found that we all had some things in common. Everybody had a drawer full of bras, most of which they didn't wear. They wore the ugly granny comfy bra. When they went to reach for something, that was the one that they grabbed. The ugly granny bra is what they would call it. And it was the one that was comfortable, and it was way too old and they shouldn't be wearing it, but that's what they were wearing. And they wanted something that made them feel beautiful, but most days that wasn't the priority. Comfort was the priority. And so as I dug into that, and like lace, we have digitally printed lace in our products. And we went with a more expensive digital printing method because what I learned in those early research studies was that women love lace. We love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's feminine. It's delicate. It kind of gives you that nod. I call it the Parisian ideal, but it kind of gives you that nod back to the old days of these super fine, delicate laces. And I can appreciate that culturally, but I don't want something that's going to be hot and itchy on my rear when I'm busy. And so we came up with digitally printed lace because you can have this super soft, smooth fabric in a digital lace. So it gives you that look and feel, but without the discomfort. And so really, I started Evelyn Bobbie for myself, for my mom, for my friends, and for all the professional women that are out there. My cousin, who's a nurse, this is the Beyond Bra. She was on the front lines of COVID. She's an emergency room nurse. And I sent her one of these, and she texted me and said, cousin, you nailed it. I just spent 12 hours on the emergency room floor. It was as comfortable in hour 12 as it was when I first put it on. And I didn't think about it all day. That's triumphant for me. Because what I want is to design products where the woman, it's all about the woman and what she wants to do in the world. It's about her power and enthusiasm and what she cares about, not about the way she looks. And the truth is, you don't have to trade off. Like these products, we have beautiful colors. They're totally seamless, so they're invisible underneath all of your clothes. And I think that that's part of the magic of what happens when you have people with boobs designing the products, and that's been happening for a long time. But I think part of my benefit was that I didn't grow up in a traditional bra design world. I kind of came to it as an outsider. And so I was willing to throw out the old ideas that I didn't think were really going to work for us. And I just wanted products that could do the job without distraction. That was a long answer.